Hi and welcome to WP Master Control 2. In a moment I'll show you how to set up, backup, secure and update every site you own with less than 60 seconds of work. There are loads of ongoing tasks every WordPress user needs to do to get sites running and avoid disaster. You need to set up basic security, firewalls, backups, load your preferred themes and plugins, delete default content, and of course make sure your WordPress and plugins are up to date. Now if you forget and get a bit lazy, then all it takes is one out-of-date plugin and a hacker will deface your site. And with no backup, you'll have to build your site again from scratch. So let me show you the easiest and fastest way to do all these tasks hands-free to any WordPress site on any server and do it all in seconds. Okay, welcome to WP Master Control version 2 demo. So I have two domains which I want to work on and update and install some plugins, backup, security. The first one is HTML Masterclass. And if I go to the plugin area, I'll show you that this site already has plugins installed. However, it doesn't have a backup or a security plugin installed or configured. So that's one site which I need to go and update and get ready. And I also have a brand new site, which is WP Master Control Demo. And if we look in the plugin area, as you can see, there is no plugins installed here at all. And if we look at pages, you can see there's just a sample page here. And if we look at categories, you can see that I just have a default test category. And if we look at themes, as you can see, I only have a default standard WordPress theme. So as you can see, there's a lot of work for me to do on this site, including installing a backup plugin, running security, installing my own themes, plugins, and of course, getting rid of all the standard default WordPress settings so I can actually start getting this site operational. So let's do this now with WP Master Control version 2 and show you how quick and easy it actually is. So firstly, I'm going to work on that blank site that you saw a second ago. And I'm going to go through this quite quickly, but don't worry, there are instructions just here. And of course, there are videos under support. And of course, you also have the tooltips under every section so you can find your way around very, very quickly. So I'm now going to install the WordPress admin URL, and I'm going to put the username and password in. I'm now going to add an admin email for all the security messages from the security software. And I now want to install some online plugins. By online plugins, we mean the plugins from the WordPress repository. So I'm going to check this box here. And to show you what the repository looks like, you can search it for WordPress repository plugins and you will get to this site here. And any plugin that you wish to install, just get the full name, just copy that name and paste it in the box that we have in the software. I've actually got a couple of plugins, so I'm going to paste those now. I want all my plugins to update automatically, so I'm going to check this box here. And I want my WordPress to update automatically in future, so I'm going to check this box here. I also want to install some local plugins which exist on my local hard drive. So I'm going to check this box here and I'm going to click here. And as you can see, I have a selection of plugins which I've already pre-configured with the software. And I'm going to go and select those three here. Just going to backtrack a little bit to show you where these plugins come from. When you install WP Master Control 2, you're going to get a folder with two directories underneath. One's called plugins and themes, and of course the executable which you run the application from. And of course you can upload your own themes and plugins to these folders and use them in the software. Okay, so on this site I want to install and configure a backup plugin. I want to go and install and configure a security plugin and firewall. I also want to install a local theme, which I'm going to select here. I also want to enable quick setup options, as you can see here. Now these relate to this tab just here, which allows you to install a whole variety of popular plugins and change your standard default WordPress settings, create pages, and also categories of your choice. Now I have these options set up already and saved using this button here, so I can load these. As you can see, the software is going to create 3 default pages for me and 3 default categories with names of my choice. Now, as I've enabled the backup option, the backup settings option is just here, and essentially I can do exactly the same thing. So I have a preference for backup which I have saved before, so I'm just going to load that now. And again, once you have done this for yourself to whatever your preferences are, you can press the save button and you can do exactly the same to save you time. So my site is now ready to add to the manager. I'm going to do that now. Now I want to do exactly the same thing to my second site, which is the HTML Masterclass one, which is the pre-populated one, and watch how quickly I can do this. And that's it, I'm ready to go. So we now have two sites ready for backup plugin installation, security installation, installation of a local theme, installation of local plugins, installation of offline plugins, and installation of some popular plugins too. So all we need to do is press the Process Sites button. Now most sites will take between 5 and 10 minutes to process per site. Now obviously that will depend on the speed of your server and of course the amount of plugins and themes you are installing. So I'm now going to pause the video and we'll get back to the sites once the job is finished. Okay, so as you can see in the status area just here, these tasks are now all completed. So let's have a look at our sites. And we had our original blank WordPress site with no plugins whatsoever. So let's have a look at that. And let's have a look at the plugins. As you can see, all the plugins have now been installed and activated. And of course, we have a backup plugin installed, activated, and configured. We have our WordPress security plugin activated, installed, and configured with firewall settings. So let's have a look at the themes. And we have our preferred theme installed for us. Let's have a look at the pages. Well, now we required 3 pages to be built for us. There they are, 1, 2, 3. And we required 3 categories to be generated for us too. There's the 3 categories that I specified in the quick setup. Okay, let's have a look at the other site, which is the HTML Masterclass, and go into plugins. Now we already had some plugins installed, but we didn't have backup, we didn't have security, and we didn't have extra plugins like contact form. As you can see, we have the backup plugin set up and configured, and we have the security plugin set up and configured. Let's have a look at the themes. As you can see, my preferred theme is all ready for me to use. And we have a look at the categories. As you can see, 3 categories have been created for me. I've looked at the pages. As you can see, my 3 pages have been created for me. Okay, so without having to do any actions, just by plumbing in the settings and by selecting what I want, I was able to configure 2 sites in one go, totally hands-free. That's an extremely useful tool for any WordPress webmaster. So as you've just seen, WP Master Control 2 is the only software that allows you to install your own plugins and themes remotely, and the only software that installs security, backup, and automated updates, so you have peace of mind knowing that all your sites are backed up, safe, and more secure. And right now, it's on special offer at less than half its regular selling price. So thanks for watching, and we hope to see you on board.